Step 4. What makes a great business plan? Why is it important that we need to know what makes a great business plan? In other words, what are the components of a business plan that an investor is looking for? We are going to talk of the areas, the concerns, the parts, the components of a business plan that we need to pay much attention to. First is executive summary, company description, problems, solution, market analysis, competitive analysis, marketing and sales strategy, team, business model, operations plan, financial plan, and social impact metrics. Sometimes we can involve or you can add risk and the mitigation factors. In case any business that you are going into, what are the risks that you are likely going to encounter? If you happen to encounter those problems or risks, what will you do to avoid them? Each of these components of business plan we are going to talk about it one after the other and see ways by which we can come out with an investor's eye, what I call an investor's eye business plan. Now we may ask, what is executive summary? Executive summary is like an abstract when it comes to academic. It is the summary of all that is going to be written in a business plan. Some textbook suggested writing it first before writing other parts of the business plan. The reason is so that you will follow the guides and the lay down steps so that you will not miss anything. Of course, equally some textbook suggests that you write it first so that you can be able to summarize all the elements of a business plan. However, any approach, any method by which you use is okay, provided you know what you are talking about. However, if you still want to know the nitty-gritty of executive summary, there is one of our tutorial that talk in depth about this executive summary as proposed by Kawasaki. In his proposal, there are 10 points by which you need to follow to write award-winning executive summary because executive summary, most investors will not have time to read any other part of the book or any other part of the business plan. When they go through the business, the executive summary and see that this element of what they are looking for, that will make them to decide to what dive into other parts of the business plan. But when the reverse is the case, that what the element that they are looking for is not there, they will discard or throw away your business plan. And that's 10 guideline of writing a award-winning executive summary. It is what we call the graph. In the graph, according to Kawasaki, he said that graphs is supposed to be just one sentence that will capture the attention of the investors or whosoever that we are doing the presentation to. After that, he said you define the problem and rest of them. If you watch the tutorial, you will see how we discuss in depthly to executive summary. Remember what we say. It is very important because that is the first phase of the business plan that we go and encounter to the investor or whosoever you are doing the presentation for. What he sees will determine what you do, either to throw away or trash your business plan or to go ahead to it. The second component of a business plan is company description. You have to discuss or describe your company. There you say your vision statement, your mission statement, overview of the industry and the market, the the description of your own company, your staff, the product or service that you are going to render. That is what you will discuss here in company description. Now, first of them is vision. What is a vision? It's a vision statement. Let me take it as an instance. You want to be to Lagos. You want to be, it is your vision you want to be to. Lagos. It's a short statement that describes where you will be and how you want to reach there. For instance, you hear us as a NYC Skill of Job Tech. We want to be a leader in the provision of online learning platform and job opportunities to Nigerian graduates. That is our vision. We want to be. You are not you are not yet there, but you want to. That is what all about vision statements. The next one is mission statement. What is a mission? How do we differentiate it between mission and between vision and mission? Like we say, this is vision takes what you want to be or where you want to go. Whereas mission think about it as a way or a vehicle that convey you to that place that you want to go. That is mission statement. What is the purpose of you doing the business? At the end of you doing your setting the business, what do you wish to accomplish? That is a mission statement. That's why we say that the mission statement describes the purpose of the business and how you intend to achieve that set vision. The goals and the purpose of the business will be discussed here in the business, in the mission statement. The next one we're talking about is problem and solution. Here is where most entrepreneurs fail. They dive into the describing of their business, their product or services without talking about the problem. What is the problem that you are solving? What is the pain point that customer will first of all pay you? Because remember, in life is when you solve people's problem that they will pay you for that problem. You have to define the problem. It may be your own frustration. It may be your own challenge. You can tell it as a story. Anyhow, so you have to define the particular problem that you are solving. Now we talk about the solution after identified, analyze the problem. The next one you talk about what is solution? How are you going to solve the problem? It could be what? A product based or a service oriented solution that you are offering. In doing that, you have to bring what? A value proposition. What value will you give to the customer? What will make him leave other people and patronize you? Value proposition. The next thing that we are going to talk about is market analysis. Before you enter any industry, there should be an in-depth analysis of the industry or the niche which you have chosen to be. You have to know how big is the market. Will the market be able to sustain you so that you make the money and pay all your bills, pay your salary and still make a profit? Is it a growing market or a dying market? When we go and talk about something, there is something we are going to use using elasticity law, how we will apply it in business. But elasticity is the law of hooks under physics. But we want to use it apply in business, how it works when we reach. But in market analysis, we want to analyze who is it that is solving the same problem that we are going to solve. There we will know is it growing. For instance, government factors. Are government policies favorable to the market? For instance, in agricultural sector, you know that the government have been making favorable what? Policy that favor agriculture. And any business you establish in that was factor because there is friendly government policy, such business is going to thrive. For instance, again, ICT. The world are talking about ICT. So if you establish a niche in such area, you are going to do well because they are what? Voluminous or vast market in such. While analyzing your market, you have to come out with what? A statistics from a reasonable source. For instance, NBS, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. In there, you will see that about 34 or 35% of Nigerian graduates are unemployed. So if you are solving a problem of what? Unemployment and post those statistics, you know that they will know that your statistics or their source of information is reasonable and professional. You when analyzing also know the source of your statistics. It shouldn't be something that beyond more than 10 years because we are looking about the trend. Where is the world is going? your source of information. Where is it from? Is it accurate? Is it reliable? You have to analyze your market. The next one is what? Competition. Like I said, in any business that you are going to, people are already there. Even if people are not there, competition will come out tomorrow. So you have to study the market and know who are already in that sector, who are already in that industry. What are they offering? What is their strength? What are their weak points? By so doing, if you know their own weak point, you can capitalize on their weak point and come in and shoot and pitch your tent. And before you can do that, you must have to do what you call SWOT analysis. X, you know your strength. W, your weak point. O, opportunity. And T, threat. Because if you don't do in-depth analysis of competition, you know that people may already be doing. Not just only that, you know the strength of that company. What is it that they are offering? What is their price? Is their price high? Is their price low? Knowing this thing will now catapult you. You know what approach you are going to use in launching your own business. The next one is what? Marketing and sex strategy. Marketing is everything, even if you know how to cook. People will not know if you do not tell them. So that is why marketing strategy is very, very important. You heard about strategy. It's not just a big deal. Don't not want them, no worry about grammar. A strategy is just an activity or anything you do in order to achieve your objective. So let's look into things that we need to do as to make sure we position our business when it's coming to marketing and sex strategy. You've heard about they say there are 7 P's of marketing strategy. They say product, people, process, place, and the rest of them. Those are important. For instance, now, product strategy. What is it that you are going to build? How much will you put your service or product? Will it be high? Will it be cost? Will the customer be able to pay? Even if the customer be able to pay, will it be able to satisfy all the costs? Of course, you got to know some of the costs that will involve before you determine your price. Fixed costs, variable costs, and other costs such are important. And remember, this one of the mistakes that we entrepreneurs do, thinking that when we bring our product in a low cost, it will make the world to buy it. No. If you bring your product too low, people will think that it is because it is inferior or cheap. I'll give you example. MTN and the Glo. Glo has less product, but people do not patronize them. More or less of MTN that have cheaper and higher or more cost product. So what you should pay attention, not making your price so low so that people will not mistakenly to be a cheap product. But you have to pay more attention of value. Is the value you offer to the people that is what counts. Now another one is distribution strategy. You are cooking, you are doing whatever thing or you are building. How will you reach to the customers? Now, right, will they come to your factory or buy to buy in case you are into physical product? Are you going to sell on web in case if it is only web or online services? How will you convey those products to them? Or are you going to use the middleman as a wholesaler, or will they buy directly from you? What means will you distribute your product? That is what you are going to put or analyze in this place. The next one is promotion strategy. What is promotion? A way by which you communicate the values of your product or service to customers. Remember, I made mention of USP, unique selling point. Those values, how are you going to communicate? Of course, there are different channels now by which we can communicate. We are going to talk in detail about digital marketing, but different ways we are going to let people know such that we exist. Like you can use television, you can use word of mouth, oral, and numerous parts of them. So by the time we go into digital marketing, we will throw more light on this. But you have to make provision. by which you will promote your business. That we call as business promotion strategy. The next one is people strategy. Who are your staff? Who will you employ? If you go to some people, some banks or so, I don't know how who will feel comfortable if a customer treats you with that respect. Will you go to such place a bit again or refer them to any other person to go and buy? No. So that is why you have to select the right set of people or train them to know how not to fall your business. Of course, there are ways we can motivate your people to do well. Empower them in different way in order to make them to represent your business, even if you are not there. That is what we are talking about, the people's strategy. The next one is what? Process strategy. What do you mean by process strategy? For instance, people who are doing restaurant business, they have a process that will tell you this is how they cook or this is how customers can buy and rest of them. Maybe you are into ICT or software. What the process you have so that my customer or your customer can be able to use that your product. That is what process strategy, a step-by-step guideline by which a customer can acquire and use your product. Process strategy. Another one we're talking about is what? Physical environment strategy. This matters especially when you are doing physical products in a physical place. I will use an instance. Somebody may have a very beautiful edifice, well painted, but the environment, there is no way that customers can park their cars freely. They have to go far away and park their car before coming to buy. Even if that neighbor does not have a very beautiful environment, but he has a convenient way of parking car, customers will choose to buy from that person because he has a way by which the customer can park their cars there. So that's one. When you are considering or writing a business plan, you have to choose the environment. That's what I say, physical environmental strategy. The next one is talk about team. Team plays important role in any business. In fact, investors look into this. Who are your team? What qualities or what experience do they have? What have they done before now? Have they done something that they failed that made them gain experience? So you have to look into different people. If, for instance, I am good in business planning development, I may find somebody who is good in the area that I'm lacking, pure like coding. Like personally, I am good in WordPress and rest of them, no code, CMS. But because I'm lacking the other way, I have to pick this one. So there should be what? A variety of skill sets within my team. So it is very strong have people, either people with experience, people with a high network of individuals who will promote the business. So team is very, very important that investors don't play with. And you have to be serious with it. The next components of a business plan that make a business plan great is the business model. What is a business model you talk about? It, simply put, a business model is a way in which a company or an organization is structured to make money. We discussed in our tutorial what a business model can be, about 9 of them that we explained. So if you watch our tutorial, go to our site www.iKnowYXCSkillofJobTech.com. Click on the tutorial about business model. In here you discuss how you are going to make money. Remember, business model is different from price models. Yes, price model will discuss different prices approach by which you will employ in your business. So when you watch on this, yes, you will know more about business model through the business model canvas. The next one is what? Operations plan. What is operation plan? It is a detailed plan that outlines how a company will achieve its goal. It can conclude with the what? Objective. They keep KPIs, key performance indicators, the resources that you needed to achieve such goal, the process timeline, contingency plan, the risk management, and budget. you have. Those are what? Operations plan. That's why every company has what? Operations plan department. Operations department. So those rigorous processes by which you follow in order to arrive at your said goal. It includes or may involve production plan. What is your plan for your production? Financial plan, facility plan, marketing plan, and human resources plan. Even if you have all these things, you don't have good human resources to manage any other part of or types of resources needed. You know you are bound to fail. So you're going to write and highlight the operations by which, remember when we made mention of operations plan, we are not just talking about physical product, even if it's service oriented product. The next one is financial plan. In business plan, you tell them how much you need, how you are going to utilize that money. Yes, I need 100 million to do so thing. 10% of the money will be used to procure equipment. 5% will be used as working capital, and rest of them, you have to make a plan to your financial aspect of it. Even if you are writing for investor, you have to ask, this is the amount of money and the usage. Another thing here that is important is what? Projection, financial projection. Here is another thing that fail by which most entrepreneurs fail. Like personally, I fail in this format. I have African Entrepreneurship Award. I was to win 100 and something thousand dollars one time. I passed first stage, second stage, reaching the third stage, I failed. It was my accounting section that cost. Unfortunately, even most accountants do not know how to prepare, sorry to say it, do not know how to prepare the financial section of a business plan, especially when the business is a startup, when the business does not produce anything. You have to project something that is realistic, because when investors see this, they know when you are fabricating numbers. It is more difficult to have a realistic projection for a business that is yet to. Remember, such projection can be 1 to 3 years or 5 years, depending on what investors want. So when those figures you are going to project does not rhyme, even if for how juicy your business plan or your industry or niche may be, you are bound to fail. I promise you. Financial section, accounting is very, very important. Even if you may not be the one to do it, involve somebody who is an accountant in your team, or who have an you can equally learn the basic area. I'm not telling you to be an accountant. Like personally, I roll as a PhD or a PGD accounting. No, nothing studies accounting based on the millions of money I lost because of that accounting. So you spend much time to learn how to. Of course, when we project, we will give you how you will project your financial situation, especially when you don't have figures, when you have not started a business. It is very, very important part of a business plan. Remember, we are still talking about the component of a great business plan. The next one is what? Social impact matrix. This is basically based on social entrepreneurs and the NGOs. That thing that we are doing, that business you are, how will the society, how will it impact the society which you are citing or living? How will you know that you have achieved such impact you want the business to make? It could be, for instance, NYC skill up thing. We will know what we are doing if we know the number of people that we will help to get employment, to learn a new skills, and many other things. You dependent. Like if you are serving a business or you have a niche that is into environment, how many percentage of carbon dioxide we are being able to, or the planting of your tree that you want to, how degree of reduction of oxygen, or you are into other things, maybe you are fighting poverty, how many number of people were you able to lift out of poverty? This is what we are talking about. So how many jobs were you able to create? That is the social impact matrix. The next one is what? Though we did not put it there, is what? Risk and mitigation factor. In any business, there is always risk. Even if you do not see the risk outwardly, Search for the risk and outline how you are going to mitigate or stop that risk in case if it comes. That's one of the areas that investors put eye into. So by so doing this, believe you me, you are going to come up with an award-winning business plan. The one that investors cannot reject, no matter what.